traditions. This video is going to be about traditions, old or new. Every family seems to have some sort of a tradition. This family is no different. Hi, I'm Karen, and this is my channel, Karen's Journey. I am a mom of 5. Today, we're talking about tradition. Actually, this one is a fairly new tradition that I just started maybe 3 or 4 years ago, an adult Easter egg hunt. On my channel, I cover all sorts of topics. I do skincare, I do body care, I do some makeup, organizing, cleaning, family topics, everyday deal to deal, everyday things that I need to deal with. Maybe a little bit of cooking. That's not my forte. Ask any of my family members. Lots of shopping, all sorts of lifestyle situations. If you'd like to learn anything more about any of these topics, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you won't miss anything, because you'll be notified. Now, back to the main topic of traditions. This tradition is actually an adult Easter egg hunt, as I said. I started it about 3 years ago, maybe 4, I'm not really sure on that, but I just thought, what a fun, different thing to do. So I went out and I found some buckets, and I'll show you a picture of some of the buckets that I got at the Dollar Tree store. Now, the hardest thing about the adult Easter egg hunt is finding things that will fit into these little eggs. I've been able to come up with 3 sizes of eggs: the large, the medium, and of course the normal little one. When you look at items, you think, of course that'll fit in there, but you'd be surprised how many things don't fit in these little eggs. And even trying to fit them into this size egg is pretty difficult. And then this size egg fits quite a bit, but then yet it's like a waste of some of the sizing of the eggs, and these themselves are almost $1. So even when you get them at, this is I think from Walmart, and it's 98 cents. Even when you get them at the Dollar Tree store, that's $1.25. So they add up. So you really can't get a lot of just filling the eggs. As I said, I do a lot of my shopping at the Dollar Tree store for the Easter eggs prizes, due to the simple fact that it's $1.25. So even though it does add up after a while, you can get some pretty cool little things that I want to share with you that we put into the eggs. Some cute little flags, like garden flags. And I tore off the ticket that has the picture of the flag, and I put those in one of the little eggs. And then when they get done with opening and finding all their eggs, then they would bring to me that little ticket or the little picture, and then I will then give them their prize they did. Now, the first year I did this, I had a, once again, tough time trying to figure out things that would fit in these eggs. So I did the same kind of thing. So I had this long line of people going, I got 1 sock. What do I do with 1 sock? But then it was like, well, bring that sock up to me and we'll put that sock over here and match it with the other sock, and then you'll have a pair of socks. I also did a lot of Tide Pods the first and second year. Those fit really perfect in the littler size eggs, and people really seem to like them. I'm dealing with mostly college students and really young family members here. So those kind of things are, well, beneficial to everyone, regardless of how old you are. I guess everybody has to do laundry, right? And I also did dryer sheets. Now, when I did the dryer sheets, a lot of people were like, next year, let's not do the dryer sheets. Of course, at that time, I had no idea we were doing it next year. I just thought, woohoo, this would be fun for this year. But apparently, we were setting ourselves up for a next year. Hence, the tradition now is adult Easter egg hunt. So the dryer sheets apparently weren't a big hit. And some were saying, yeah, I don't really want the dryer sheets. You can, you know, leave those out. And others were like, oh, I'll take your dryer sheets. So that was kind of a mixed bag, but everybody really seemed to like the majority of the other items. So this year we did a little few things different. I will show you some of those as we go that I've been taping along the way. Now, this has been a long journey for me. I wish I could just say, yes, I just quickly filled all these eggs and perfect and we're done, yay. But no, this has taken me, I'm gonna say maybe 3 days, if not longer. And then I have my kitchen table, kind of everything sprawled out all over it. And last night it was kind of needed for some homework, and I was informed that it would be really nice if we could sit at the kitchen table again. So apparently I need to hurry up because we want a kitchen table, which I don't blame people, but it has been kind of a mess. Trying to get them all sorted and figured out and what would fit and what and so forth. So I just ended up last night saying, okay, here's what we're doing. And I'll show you a little bit of that in the video here of how I figured out what to do. So anyway, we have some flags, a really cute little ornament to hang in your yard, $1.25 for this. How can you go wrong? And then I also got some little shepherd hooks at the Dollar Tree store, $1.25. Some little stakes. This one's a little sweet hummingbird. A couple of little different butterflies. That was a different one. Got a lot of fairy garden little stuff, which I have a huge fairy garden, which sadly last year didn't do too well. Apparently winter was a bit harsh, so I need to replenish and kind of redo a lot of my yard this year, which is kind of sad, but guess what? You can journey with me on my progression of redoing the lawn this year. Yard tools. Now, these are metal, so they are nice. $1.25, maybe not the highest quality of others, but I used them last year of my own. I got some of my own and used them last year, and they worked wonderful. I didn't have any issue at all with them. Nice to have those kind of new things, even though if you have one, maybe, you know, it's time to get a new one. So I try to get things that are practical and useful, yet fun, and some things that you just might not always think of going out and maybe doing again for yourself, or going, oh, I already have one, or maybe those are cute, but I really don't need it. When you're young, or sometimes not young, and money's tight, it's a little easier to have to go, I can't get that. But I got these little buckets. They're not really even, it's not an Easter bucket by any means. It's a bucket that I found at the Dollar Tree store a couple of years ago, and they had them last year, and I saw that they had them this year. And what I did was I got the window clings, and I put those on, and then I just wrote their names, and I told them to keep the baskets if they wanted to do it next year, since, you know, when I did it the first time, they're like, yeah, this is so fun, next year do whatever. So this is Sophia's basket, and I just keep it with our Easter. And here's another little dangly hummingbird, which I get in my yard. I am, as my children affectionately refer to me, as the crazy bird lady. Yes, I will admit I'm a crazy bird lady. I get excited when my birds are outside and I think they come and talk to me. They'll look my way. I will walk out there. They gather around. Of course, they know I'm going to be giving them food, but you know, it's still a nice little warmth thing that these birds rely on me. Maybe it's just the mommy in me. I got to take care of things, you know, so if there's nothing to take care of, what's life about, right? Get hummingbirds. And literally the first time that I saw hummingbirds ever I freaked out. I had no idea what it was. And I was sitting on my front porch, and all of a sudden from behind me comes these things that are about this big or this long and about this big around, and they just started swarming me. And I'm like trying to shoot, like, what the, what's going on? And thinking it was some sort of a big, huge, gross bug or something. I had no idea. And then as they started kind of like backing up in shock because I'm batting at them, I realized, and it dawned on me, oh my gosh, those are hummingbirds. But then they kind of flew off. But yeah, so my first encounter, not my best interaction with nature. So, we're learning a little bit, but it's exciting now. They do come back. I do have hummingbird feeders, but the first time it was not pleasant in my response to them saying, thanks for feeding me. So traditions, like I said, this is a new one. Traditions are old and traditions are new. I didn't mean for this to become a tradition, but traditions are those things that you do over and over again, and you kind of expect it's going to happen every time. And my children are a bit spoiled, I'm going to say, and they like these kind of little extra fun things, and they just...
Yeah, we are.
And that's the youngest one, the most spoiled out of the bunch. What are some of your favorite traditions? Most likely you got at least one. I would love to hear about them. A lot of traditions around holidays usually wrap around the way you gather, or foods, what you have at what holiday, maybe where you eat during the holiday. One of our traditions for Thanksgiving is we always eat in the formal dining room with the china and the silverware that was my mom's that's been passed down. And my kids, they are just so elated to be able to have that time in the formal dining room and to be together and use the china and use the silverware. It's almost like this really special tradition that they don't want to give that one up, even though it's a lot more work, because you have to get the china and the silverware and the wash the dishes a little bit different than you can just your normal dishes, or plates, paper plates that for Easter here we will actually be using. But that's a tradition they don't want to give up. And that makes me as a mom really happy that they cherish some of the things that I and their father have given them as a family. This Easter egg hunt, even though it is a big pain, is always nice because it's a tradition that I have started and given them that they enjoy because they want it again every year. I, the other day, was told by a young man that one of his family traditions is to eat sandwiches at all the major holidays, which was kind of like, okay, I'd really like to know where that started at and what's the deal with eating sandwiches at all the major holidays, and why and how did that get started as a tradition. He kind of poo-pooed it, like, we just eat sandwiches and whatever. But I said, if that's what your family does, that's special and unique to you and your family, and that's a beautiful thing. So enjoy it. And he kind of smiled and went, yep, you're right. That's our family. And what might be something that to me doesn't sound like a great tradition or something I may not want to do, every one of us and all of our families are different and unique, and that's what's really wonderful to share. I would love to hear about your traditions. Please share them with me, and maybe how long you've been doing that tradition. Like I said, our adult Easter egg hunt is a tradition of three or 4 years so far, and you know, how it got started was I just thought it would be something fun and different for all of the kids, and so, well, they're not kids anymore, but for all the family to do. I'd love to learn, how did your traditions get started? And maybe if you don't know, maybe this is the time that you call that hierarchy person and learn, because that hierarchy person that has all those answers sadly might not always be there to give you that answer. Don't forget to take that time to grab all of that beautiful information so that you can pass it down and you can share it with others. And that's Miss Moki saying, let me go outside. Mocha has a few videos out there along with Winston and Stella. Can you come here? Oh, she's not. You just seen her tail and her cute little ears. Mocha's the husky. I'll put a picture of Mocha on the top. You see, you just got it. I'll put a picture in there, and you can go back and look at some of her videos, and then you can see how beautiful our Miss Mocha is. She's a spoiled little girl. Then we have a Winston, who's a schnauzer, a miniature schnauzer, and we have Miss Stella, who is the queen bee, and she is a miniature poodle. I also got doggy bag pickups, you know, the little rolls of doggy bag poop picker upper rolls. I can't think what they're called right now. Doggy bags, yeah. I also got some doggy bags because everyone either has a dog, so they need them, or they have dogs that are really close to them that might be not their dog, but a dog that they would associate with that still could be used, and they could give them, trade them, whatever. But I thought, well, that's a practical, handy thing. So I got a big bag of those, and those fit really nice into the little eggs. So I put those in the little eggs. A shower disc that you put in the bottom of your shower, and when it gets wet, it brings off a really nice smell. I got these, and those did fit nicely in the medium size egg. EOS chapsticks for everybody, or not everybody, there's like a handful of them. Depending on what egg you get is what you get. Some of the items that I have picked up from the Dollar Tree are little fairy garden figurines. And I was originally going to open them up and have 2 prizes, but neither will fit into these big eggs. So what I think I'm gonna do is just cut out this part here and stick it into a little egg. And then do some of these. They will, little muffin mitts, and I have blueberry muffins. I had some cookie dough and brownie mix that I also got from the Dollar Tree store, and these little fairies. I am going to do 3 per little egg. I have pocket tissues. I also did some little houses. I got some Scrub Daddies, and those are able to squish into the largest of eggs. Of course, I have candies and some things like that. I was able to get some gardening gloves, a few cute little hanging things. Oh, I got some scope and some hand lotions. I did do a few microfiber cloths. I had to use a great big one to fit in here on that. I'm thinking about trying to break these cupcake mixes up. Okay, so the items I can't fit into eggs, I decided to go ahead and just write on a number corresponding to the item. And then I'm going to put this in one of the little eggs, and we'll find them that way. These, I might have to do the same thing because they wouldn't fit, and I'm really running out of these little big eggs. So I think I'm just gonna make a lot of little numbers. Oh, other things I forgot to mention the other day that I did put into some eggs is little chip bag clippies. They fit in these bigger ones here. So, see how these are put away or stacked in the bag? They're open and then they're stacked on top of each other. And so I told them, when we put them away this year, let's do that. So when you open up your egg, stack them up that way. That way they're gonna take less space and they're gonna be easier for me because I'm not gonna be trying to, you know, dig around with all these eggs either opened or closed. They'll all be nicely stacked. Okay, so I'm also going to explain my makeup situation here. I am trying new sunscreens under my makeup. So depending on how well the sunscreen worked is how my makeup is working right now. So I put like sunscreen on and then I put my makeup on. And then some of it works better than others. I have a few that it doesn't blend well underneath your makeup. So that's not one that I can recommend, but I'm going to do a video of all the different sunscreens that I've tried and what I can tell you about, if they're good or not, and if you should put your money on them, because you need to always wear sunscreen. One of the things that I keep showing my children, you can see all of these little burn marks. This is another video, but these are all lasers that I have had all my massive, huge sun spots lasered off on. I'll be doing it just looks horrible and doesn't feel that great either. So, but when I was young, sunscreen wasn't a thing. So I didn't think of sunscreen. We laid out, we put baby oil on when we laid out, so we glistened and you'd get that copper tone look. So it wasn't that big of a deal. And we didn't have sunscreen. So I have a ton of sunscreen marks on my hands and on my arms, and then on my face I had a bunch of brown spots. I will also in another video show you the before and after of that. But if I can implore you or teach you anything, wear sunscreen on your hands, on your face, on your neck, any place that is seen at all, that is exposed to the sun, even though you don't think much of it. Oh, the backs of your hands, look at my hand. I'll show you other videos that's worse. I mean, this hopefully, supposedly, is going to be burned off, and that's gonna still flake away. Lovely looking, right? But I keep showing my kids these pictures and my daughter keeps going, Mom, stop sending those. They're so gross. And I'm like, I know. And that's why I send them. Wear sunscreen and you won't look like this. And you won't have all these to contend with. So either you wear sunscreen and you won't have to take care of them and try to get rid of them later, or you live with them. And a lot of people do, and that's just part of life. But I chose not to. I chose that, wow, I don't like all these huge brown spots all over. So I went the option of doing some laser treatments. They were not of the faint of heart. But please wear sunscreen. I will do other videos showing you the progression and the whole situation of my sunspot removal. So we have that. Plus then, like I said, I'm trying out different sunscreens. How do they work under the makeup? Do I like them? Did I feel like they covered well? This one seemed to cover well. Although tonight it's just, maybe I'm just tired. It's late. It's past 11. So I'm just really tired. But I thought, oh, let me put this together and we'll go from there. But this is life. This is my journey. I'm being real with you. Here we are at this late at night. I didn't go foo-foo up to make a video. I went, oh, I'm gonna go make a video because I was dealing with that. And I thought, I'm gonna come video at the same time. We have lots of new videos coming up. We have one on sunscreen. We have one on my laser showing before and after of my face, arms, and neck and chest. I also did a dermaplaning, and that will be coming up soon. So those are some videos to look out for. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss them, subscribe to my channel, please, so that you will be able to see all of those awesome videos. I hope you have a beautiful Easter. I hope the sun is shining and the spring is springing. And I hope all of your Easter traditions are gonna be marvelous. I hope your Easter's a good one, and in everything that Easter entails with is a wonderful blessing. Thank you for enjoying my journey. Please subscribe.